Yeah. So they might go right to the
Alright, so welcome back to another overview video. Today I am going to be going over one of my M4s. This one here is a Colt M4 and I have it in kind of not really an unusual configuration, but usually I don't set it up this way. So if you watched my other overview video on the M203 launcher, this is the same launcher, but I mounted it to my M4 instead of having it on the standalone mount. You can check out that video. It's in the previous ones. Maybe I'll try to put a link up or something. But yeah, basically this is the same launcher, and this way I can kind of demo that it's attached to one of my guns. So if I wanted to run it as a single unit like this on an AR, this is how I would do it. So this one is a 14.5-inch SBR. Yeah, you got that right. I actually did that on purpose because the muzzle device that I need to use in conjunction with the NT4 on here is too short to pin in well a 14.5-inch Colt factory barrel. So this is a factory Colt 14.5 SBR. So I actually went through the whole deal with getting the tack stand for it and everything. Super annoying, but now that I have it, it's kind of a flex. Not really. Basically, I love it. It's a lot of fun, and it doesn't need to be pin and welded, so I don't need to get a weird long spacer or use a different muzzle device that's not compatible with the NT4. So I really wanted to be able to use this suppressor and also maintain the look of a standard 14.5 M4. So there's something about a 14.5-inch AR versus a 16.5-inch AR. When you look at the standard configuration, you know, carbine length, front sight post, carry handle, you know, the usual with normally like the clamshell or a Knight's quad rail and like this gross A2 grip. You know, this one's a Colt N1, like original, like stock. So basically, it just has a different feel and look when you have a 14.5-inch gun versus a 16-inch gun. I don't know. Feel free to let me know if you have a different opinion about that. But I think that the longer barrel on a 16-inch really just kind of takes away from the look. I think it's too long. I think 14.5 is definitely the sexier look. Maybe that's my opinion, but I don't know if it's something where when someone tells you you can't have something and you just want it more. So basically you can't have unpin and welded 14.5 guns and the government's telling me I can't have it, then it's sexier. I don't know if there's a factor there, but I will say that the 14.5 just looks good. This is a Colt factory 14.5 barrel with the front sight post on there. I've got my launcher mounted with that same QD system. So this actually just unlatches and I can take the launcher off. Now, I got really lucky a while back and I got this heat shield with the leaf sight and I got it for stupid cheap. I think it was maybe some kind of like surplus shop, or I think maybe some dude selling it secondhand online. And I think I've only paid like $40 for this thing, but it's awesome because you kind of have that sort of like old school heat shield look with the built-in leaf sight, and it goes perfectly with the launcher underneath. So I've got my sighting system on there, got the launcher, pretty cool. And because it works with the Delta Ring system, I can easily swap between this and other types of handguards, quad rails, and other stuff very quickly, basically without tools. And I just held that like a suitcase. Yeah, don't do that. I got this sweet heat shield handguard. It's got the leaf sight. Very cool, looks awesome. Like I said, you know, if you have seen the video, this is a Colt M203 launcher that is attached to my Colt M4 14.5-inch gun. So I got the double ponies right here. Pretty sexy. It kind of reminds me of like a mini or a shorter M16 with the 12-inch tube, except this one's a 14.5-inch barrel with the 9-inch grenade launcher tube. So yeah, it kind of looks like almost like a mini Scarface gun. And then maybe if I had like two 20s like taped together so I could like flip the mags, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, I mean, the rest of the gun is basically Colt. So, you know, Colt receivers. I have a Colt carry handle right here. I've got even a Colt ambi selector. Actually, I really like this ambi selector a lot. It's very crisp and it's got a shorter lever on this side so that when I flip it down, it doesn't really touch or push into my index finger. Sometimes with the longer levers on both sides, that can be a bother for people. That's really the only ambi piece I have on there. The only thing I really added to this gun is the CQD end plate. I don't know, it's not the greatest end plate in the world, but if you're looking for clone stuff, it's definitely something to have. Otherwise, all, like I said, Colt parts. This is a N1 Colt stock that I actually put the Knights Armament QD socket, and I can't remember who makes this butt pad. I believe you can get it on Brownells, and then I basically just zip tied it because it doesn't stay on very well without, but this is basically how they did it. So they just zip tied it on the back. So now you've got a little rubber butt pad instead of it just being plastic on the end. Definitely gives kind of a unique look to it. I really like this configuration. I was actually inspired by this photo. I can't remember exactly where I saw it, but the dude was rocking a very similar setup, but it was an A1 style, so with an integrated carry handle, and he had a shorter barrel. It was very weird because the latch wrapped around the muzzle device, so I think it was a 12-inch barrel, and he had the front sight post and everything. He had this heat shield, leaf sight, and he had the same length muzzle on the M203, so it was essentially flush on the end, which was really cool. So I think it was a 12-inch barrel if I'm doing my calculation correctly on the barrel length. And otherwise, it was basically the same setup. Super cool looking. If you guys know anything about that build, please let me know because I'm interested in building something like that. And I have a lot of the parts. Obviously, I would need to build another upper, but I think that would be super cool to have. So this is kind of me trying to get close to that inspirational image that I saw. But basically, this is one of my favorite setups.
You want a flickish? Say hello to my little friend!
Scarface, and I love it. You know, it's awesome. And it's very intimidating. I think whenever I bring this out, people are always like, oh man, you know, one, it just is impressive looking, and two, they're like, is that even legal? It's like, oh. You know. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this cool build. At least I think it's cool. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's cool? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Would you rock something like this? It is kind of heavy, so if you don't actually need the grenade launcher, you probably shouldn't just have it mounted on there all the time. Probably get winded running around with it. But yeah, like I said, I just think it's, you know, very interesting, and it's a pretty fun build in my opinion. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you want to see more stuff like this, check us out on Instagram. And like I said, we're doing these videos all the time. And if there's something you want to see, just let me know. Put it in the comments below. But let me know what you think. Do you like this build? Would you rock it? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.